for the action.
Hello everyone and welcome to Sharp Dress Gaming, and today we're back with a DBL match. This is week 6, if I recall correctly. Yeah, it's been a while, guys. So we last left off on week 3, I believe. Week 4, I ended up not getting uploaded. I just ran out of time. And then week 5, we had a forfeit. So we are currently 2 and 3. That's what the record says on the screen there. And we were going up against the Liberty of Vivillion with their coach Vivi Palace. So they are 4 and 1 currently, and they're at the top of our division. So we're hoping to pull out a win here to get to get moving up, so we can hopefully get towards the playoffs like we did last year with this league. But today you can see my opponent's team on the screen. You can see my screen as well, or my team as well. So I ended up bringing mixed Mega Absol. I brought Max, Speed, Choice, Scarf, Kyurem Black, and that's so we could speed tie with our Manatan. If he's Choice Scarfed, and then we also can outspeed Mega Sceptile. I don't think we have Speed, Max, Speed, Choice, Scarf, Hydreigon. I think Hydreigon's Speed is higher than 95, which is what Kyurem Black's is. But I also brought Togetic, so we can wall that Hydreigon. Togetic can actually one-hit KO Hydreigon with Dazzling Gleam without any investment, so that's pretty cool. So we have our Togetic. It also has Defog, Baton Pass, and Wish, and it's the lowest speed it can be, so we can Baton Pass out of things that are slower. As you can see, his team is really fast, so we didn't have to worry about as much, but just in case he brought a slower mon, we are min-speed Togetic, so we can Baton Pass after getting hit into another Pokemon. We also have Ferrothorn. It's Power Whip, Gyro Ball, Spikes, and what was Ferrothorn's last move? Spikes, and I don't know why I can't remember this. Gyro Ball, Power Whip, Spikes, and another move. Leech Seed. Why did I completely forget that? Leech Seed. I use it quite a bit this match. Also, we have our Sableye. Sorry, I hit the mic there. We have our Sableye. This Sableye is a little bit differently built than usual. It's got enough speed to outspeed the neutral speed Klefki. And this is so we can taunt it. Typically, Klefki is just going to straight up attack a Sableye because it has the advantage there being a fairy type. But just in case, we have the Sableye to outspeed the Klefki with taunt, and then we also carry Will-O-Wisp Recover, and I want to say Knockoff. And then we have our Golem, Stealth Rock Golem with Explosion, Earthquake, and Rock Blast. So with that, I do see the Ariados, which is a problem because it can get up sticky webs. We can always defog later, but I'd rather not have to deal with it and end up having it be a problem. He's also got the Darmanitan, probably Choice Scarfed. He's got the Klefki, the Hydreigon, the Manaphy, and the Mega Sceptile. So to lead off here, I believe I lead Sableye? Do I lead Sableye? I know I can't lead Mega Absol because even with Magic Bounce, the Ariados has the type advantage with Mega Horn. So I believe I lead Sableye here. We'll get started and we'll know for sure. So he does lead the Ariados, and then I do lead the Sableye. So I'm going to go straight for a taunt here, which he switches out, probably expecting that, and then goes into Klefki, which is a weird switch if you're expecting a taunt, but also Klefki's a fairy type, so that's why I assume why he went into that. So I'm going to switch out my Sableye for Ferrothorn right away, because if he's going for the fairy type move, we'll resist. If it's play rough, then we'll get the Iron Barbs, but it is Dazzling Gleam, which is fine. It's only doing 10%, plus I have leftovers. So we're going to end up winning against this Klefki. Now here I go for Leech Seed, just in case he has like Mirror Coat, or Magic Bounce, not Magic Bounce. Mirror Coat's the one that bounces stuff back, right? I think it is. But I get the Leech Seed up. Now I know he's going to get the, whatever these things are called, the Sticky Webs up this turn no matter what. So I believe I go for Spikes here. I believe I go for Spikes. I do go for Spikes. I could have just went for Gyro Ball and went for some damage on this thing, but I figured it's going to get up the sticky webs anyway, so I might as well start setting up spikes. So he's going to bring the clef key out. I believe I get another layer of spikes here. I do, and now I'm fearing that magic coat, magic bounce, mirror coat, magic coat. That's what it's called. So I went for the leech seed. He does go for magic coat. So good thing I went for leech seed because it's going to bounce back, and because I'm a grass type, it won't affect me. That's exactly why I did it. So here I'm just going to go for it again, just to see if he's going to magic coat again or if he's going to do something else. So he does start manually setting up his own spikes. I'm like, that's fine. I've got Togetic. I can just defog this, and unfortunately I'll get rid of my own spikes, but I can get them back up later as well. We just have to get rid of this Klefki. So now I go for Gyro Ball. I believe he goes for another Magicoat, just in case I'm going to try and get sneaky and set up more spikes. But I go for the Gyro Ball, and actually does quite a bit of damage to this Klefki. So I'm happy with that, because I can knock out Klefki the following turn here. And nothing's really going to want to take a Gyro Ball. So he's just going to set up his last layer of spikes, and I go for another I go for another Leech Seed, expecting the switch, sorry. So I'm just going to go for a Gyro Ball here, because he's going to get his last layer of spikes up. Which, again, fine. We've got Togetic. Togetic doesn't take any damage from spikes, so that's perfect. So I'm going to knock out the Klefki here. And he fairly well could bring in the Darmanitan, which actually brings in the Hydreigon. Now, I expect the Flamethrower to come out from Hydreigon, so I don't want to take it. So I'm going to switch out into my Sableye, I believe. Yes, I switch out into Sableye because I don't really need it anymore now that Klefki's gone and that the Sticky Web's already up. And because I'm not invested at all, Dark Pulse is just going to knock me out, especially with the Life Orb. So Sableye's going to go down. And now I can just bring in Togetic here. I can just defog, get rid of these sticky webs, and he's going to U-turn off of my Togetic. He's going to take more Life Orb damage than he deals, so I don't know that U-turning was necessarily the best play there, but in case I switched, but I wasn't going to switch. I was fine with Togetic there. So I'm going to get the defog off, which is nice because Darmanitan takes the spikes damage before coming in. And now I'm going to switch out into Golem, which is my Darmanitan counter with Rocky Helmet. So I can switch into Flare Blitzes as much as I want. But he's going to U-turn, which is even better, because, again, he's taking more damage than he's dealing in that situation. So in comes the Manaphy. I know it's going to be a problem, so I'm just going to go for Explosion. He goes for Surf and knocks me out. That's fine. I was kind of expecting a Tail Glow, because him expecting me to switch most likely, but I did not. So he's gonna switch on Manaphy, seeing the Ferrothorn come in. I go for Power Whip here. It does connect, and it only does 17%. I'm like, alright, he's just gonna set up his Sticky Webs again, so I might as well Leech Seed, I believe. No, I go straight for Gyro Ball and bring him down a little bit. I'm like, well, now I might as well set up spikes again to get damage on, like, if Darmanitan comes in or anything like that. You can go for Foul Play, which is, it's not doing a lot to me for my attack not being, I don't think I invested in attack, but Thor's attack's still pretty good. And he's going to knock himself out after using a Mega Horn, which does quite a bit more than Foul Play. And I'm going to be able to get up 2 layers of spikes here. So if Darmanitan comes in, it's going to take a little bit of damage. Here I believe he brings in the Hydreigon once again, which he does, so it doesn't take Stealth Rock's damage, and I'm still afraid of that Flamethrower. He showed Dark Pulse and U-turn, but I'm just going to bring out Togetic, because in case he Dark Pulses again, not having Flamethrower, considering he continuously goes for Dark Pulse, I'm going to eat that. He's going to take some more Life Orb damage, and I can just go for a Defog here once again. Or maybe a Baton Pass. No, I Defog, because I don't want these Sticky Webs up, because I need my Kyurem to outspeed everything. So Darmanitan comes in once again, now down to 50% because of those spikes. I'm going to go for that Defog. So now we're looking fine. And now that both Klefki and Ariados are gone, I don't need Togetic anymore. We can deal with Hydreigon in other ways. So I'm just going to let Togetic take this Rock Slide. And I'm going to go for Baton Pass here, in case I survives. And then I can switch under the Darmanitan, and I can bring in my Absol to Sucker Punch it the following turn. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to Mega Evolve and Sucker Punch. I could have gone for Knockoff, but I didn't want to take the chance that he stays in. So I just Sucker Punch, knock him out here. So Mega Absol coming in clutch there. And the Baton Pass working out really nice, being able to underspeed there. So in comes the Manaphy here. I expect the Tail Glow once again, so I just go for Knockoff. Instead of Sucker Punch, Bop, bring him down to 49%. To a point where Sucker Punch may be able to take him out, so I go for it. Unfortunately, low roll the Sucker Punch. So it's 4%. He's got Dazzling Gleam on there. Not that I think he needed it, but he's going to be able to knock out our Absol here. So here I can just bring in the Kieran Black. I can just go for Dragon Claw and knock this thing out. I'm Choice Scarfed. I'll outspeed it. Bop. See you later. So down goes the Manaphy, and now we just have the Sceptile and the Hydreigon. And he brings in the Hydreigon. Now I know I outspeed because we've seen Life Orb. So I can just Dragon Claw here, knock him out. And then he only has Sceptile left. Now, I believe in this league you have to Mega Evolve first turn, but I wasn't 100% on the Mega Evolution rules. So I do actually switch out my guy here, my Kieran Black, just to try and make him Mega Evolve. He does straight up go for the Mega Evolution, so we would have been fine staying in and Dragon Clawing. But he goes for Outrage, so we're immune anyway. But I'm not going to take the chance of him going for Outrage again, so I just stay in. He goes for Swords Dance. Again, I'm not worried about it. I go for Dazzling Gleam here. It's going to bring him down to 42%, sorry. So even ensuring further that our Dragon Claw will knock out. Goes for Leaf Blade. It's going to knock out the Togetic. That's fine. We see he's physical Sceptile, so he could have Drain Punch for Ferrothorn, but we can just go into Choice Scarf, Kieran Black, and Dragon Claw and knock out. So we are going to pick up another win finally. Well, we got a win last week because of a forfeit, but we got a legit win this week. So very good game to Vivi Palace. Be sure to go check out his channel. Link will be in the description below. And next week we will be back with another battle. I'm not sure who it's actually against. Another one of those times I didn't check ahead of time. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button. And be sure to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And be sure to check out all the other content on the channel if you haven't already. But thank you guys so much for joining me. And we'll see you next time, everybody. Stay sharp and go Wild Charge. I haven't said that in a while. Feels good to flex.